Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at this 2022 Toyota Tacoma SR. Huge shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this truck for me today. Check out their website, that link is down in the description. The Tacoma that you see behind me is finished off in magnetic gray metallic with an MSRP just over $36,000. Underneath the hood for this Tacoma, this utilizes the 2.7 liter inline 4-cylinder engine that's paired to the 6-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 159 horsepower, 180 pound-feet of torque. That power sent to the rear wheels. It weighs in right around 4,500 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just under 8 seconds with a top speed of 113 miles an hour. And it has a fuel capacity of 21.1 gallons. You'll expect to see around 18 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 127.4 inches. Its overall length is 212.3. It has a width of 75.2, a height of 70.6, and its ground clearance measures in at 9.4 inches. And now as we make our way to the exterior styling for this 22 Tacoma SR, let's start off with the Tacoma badge front and center, because this is also the forward-facing sensor, so it's nice how it's incorporated into that badge. Now for this SR, the entire grille is finished off in black. There's plenty of cutouts as well. There's even some in the middle section there. Now for the bumper valance, which is this plastic trim piece that is finished off in black, as you can tell, this even has a lower air dam just to help better improve with aerodynamics. And it also has a set of halogen headlights along with the turn signals, which are in the corner section of the headlight housing. I think it has a nice design to it nonetheless. Everything flows very nicely, including the lines that come down the hood, meeting the entire surround of that grille too, which has a nice presence to it. Now as we work our way to the side, a part of the XP package is the wheels and tires along with the Predator side steps and then all of the XP badging. So this gets a really nice set of 16-inch wheels with the red TRD center caps. I like the aggressive tire that it has to it, kind of more of an all-terrain tire as well. Now there's no fender flares on this SR, but there are some nice indentions for where the fender arches are, both in the front and the rear. This has a set of body-colored side mirrors, really nice lines in the lower section of that door as well. As you can tell with the access cab, we have the half doors too, and the 6-foot bed. So that means that the indention works its way to the front section of the bed there. So it has a nice design overall. And then for the rear end, this has a backup camera along with Tacoma stamped in the lower section. As a part of the XP package, you get the inserts too, which are finished off in black. There's the X Series badge. This even has the body colored bumper end caps, and it has a towing capacity right around 3,500 pounds. Pretty adequate for this 4-cylinder. But let's work our way to the bed space now. So this does have the soft opening tailgate. So if I just grab the release, it will slowly lower down. This model has a mat in it too, just to give this plastic bed a little bit better protection. There's tie-down hooks in all 4 corners, even the channels on both sides where you can add some additional tie-downs if you need it. And then over on the passenger side, if I open up this compartment, you have a little bit of storage where you can place some items, maybe tools, straps, anything that you may have. And then it's a very light tailgate, so it is easy to close. So let's work our way to the interior now for this Tacoma SR. So on the door panel, this has a really nice two-tone design to it. There's black on the release handle, there's the window controls, side mirror adjustments, lock and unlock as well. This has a 6-speaker audio sound system. There's a little bit of storage in the lower section of that door. And then to make our way to the back seats, this has the suicide doors for the access cab. So you do have to reach in, pull on this handle. From there, you can easily open this up. Where you'll see for the rear door panel, there's a lot more space that you can utilize in the lower section. There's a speaker and then a grab handle too, so your backseat passengers can easily shut this door. Now you do have to have the front door open in order to open and close this rear door. But for the amount of room that you get for the access cab, I have the driver's side set up where you have a seat. So we have the headrest along with the bottom there. Over on the passenger side, I currently have it flipped up so you can see the differences between having a good amount of storage space and then up underneath, if you flip on this lever, you can lock that up into place where you do have more storage space on both sides, so you can put in some more items, tow straps, whatever you may have. You do have to release that seat and then lock it into place. And right in the middle, you can see there's a little bit more storage space. There's the straps for the seat belts. You could use this for more interior storage in between both of these seats. There's also 2 cup holders and then 2 USBs in the lower section. So your backseat passengers have some amenities that they can use. And then this also has the manual sliding rear glass, so you can open and close that as needed. Now the front seats are manual adjusting, so you can slide those forwards and backwards. I have it moved forward just a little bit farther than I would normally sit, just to try to convey how much space is in the back. So it is pretty tight, but it is usable. If you need to put people in the back here, you can make it work. You just have to slide these front seats forward a little bit. As far as headroom goes, I have maybe a ½ inch or less above my head, but like I said, you can put people in the back seat if you need to use it, but it definitely makes for a lot of great extra interior storage. And then to close this up, we will close this one first, and then obviously we can close that the rest of the way. But as we take a look at the front seats now, they have a great design to them, being finished off in cloth with the insert running down the middle. And then we have some more adjustments on the side. With the side step, it makes it a little bit easier to get in and out. And then with the turnkey, we're gonna fire this up. So this is what you get with the SR. We have lock and unlock and the panic button. Over on this right side, we can insert the key and then bring this to life. And on the gauge cluster, you'll see all of the needles are finished off in red, which is a really cool touch. The tach and engine temperature are on the left side, speedometer and fuel gauge are on that right side. And in the middle, you can go through a lot more info using these buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. We have all of the arrows along with a back button. There's even a favorites button just underneath that, along with the forward sensor and the lane keeping assist. The cruise control stalk is just behind that. So currently it's showing miles per hour along with distance till empty. You can look at some more averages along with your current fuel economy. There's your trip distance, how long you've been in the vehicle, even time until rest. So this will activate if you've been driving this for a long period of time. There's a calm screen too. We can scroll over to the cruise control so you can monitor that. There's any messages that may pop up, and then different settings to go into for the pedestrian detection along with the lane keeping assist and various settings that you can monitor. So it's pretty nice to have all of that front and center. Now over on the left side, there's volume and tuning for the radio along with Bluetooth controls. On this far left side, there's traction control. There's the automatic headlight buttons just underneath that. One air vent is surrounded with this really nice brush trim that also makes its way to the center infotainment system along with the air vents on both sides. So right in the middle, we have the 7-inch screen. It's a touchscreen system, but you also have buttons on both sides. So there's shortcuts to home, which as you can tell has audio and phone along with MPG. Now you can customize that to show a different icon just depending on what you use. So if we go to menu now, you can look at other icons like audio and phone, even go into the apps here, just depending on what you'd like to download for your truck. You can see projection, that's how you can pair your phone to the system, and then info and setup. There's audio and map, seek and track along with phone and apps over on that right side. And then there's power and volume, tuning is on that right side as well. So not a whole lot of information, but it's very usable. And then underneath that, you'll see that this truck does have 4-wheel drive. So this is how you can engage it. This has heated side mirrors. And then we have all the climate controls nicely laid out. So there's fan speed, temperature, where you'd like the air to go. Very simple, straightforward to use with a few buttons right in the middle. Underneath that, this is the electronically controlled transmission power button. Essentially, you utilize this if you're off-road or towing. It will help hold the truck in a higher RPM, so it's not constantly shifting as much. There's also a USB and a 12-volt, and then a good amount of storage space down below, along with 2 cup holders. Looking at the leather wrap shifter with my foot on the brake, when I put this truck into reverse, there's the guidelines that pop up. The red line is 12 inches, then 24 and 36. I trust this very much in my Tacoma as well, so it's a great graphics for this backup camera. Drive is all the way back. We can pop it over into the manual settings, so that way you can shift. Like I said, if you're off-road or towing, you can hold the gear. We still have the manual parking brake for the Tacomas. There's a cup holder and an odd-shaped square just in front of that. And then right in the middle for the armrest, a good amount of space for any items you need to place. There's also some auxiliaries so you can charge electronics and you can run those wires out, which is great to have. And then over on the passenger side, Tacoma is stamped into the glove box, which is great. And as you can tell, plenty of room for all of that information. We'll take another quick look. Visibility is also really easy to see. I love the size of those windows there, so it's very easy to see out. Cloth seats have a great design to them. And then up in the center, this does have a sunglass holder, which is really convenient to have, and the dome lights are just behind that. As we set off now behind the wheel for this Tacoma, if you're new to our channel, I've owned 2 Tacomas. Both of them have been the V6. I currently own a 2017 TRD off-road. This is the first Tacoma that I've ever been behind the wheel of with the 4-cylinder engine, so I'm interested to see the performance for this model. Now, I went with the V6 for towing purposes and just to have the V6 to turn bigger tires with my lifted truck. There's pros and cons to each engine. I feel like the 4-cylinder is going to give you a little bit better MPG, but aside from that, we'll have to see with an acceleration here what this is like. And I've also haven't been in the access cab that often. I do kind of like it. I don't use my back seats often, so this would be a good option for me. And the Tacoma in general, even with the V6, is not quite the fastest truck. That is one downside to it. Hopefully for the 2024 year model, if that's the next generation for the Tacoma, it'll have a little bit more power, like the twin turbo that is now offered in the Tundra. For the 4-cylinder, that was adequate to get up to speed. So it's a nice option if you want this. If you're not really interested in towing necessarily, and you just need a truck that, as we have some animals here, you just need a truck that has the bed maybe, so you can haul, you can use it as a truck, but you're not really hauling and using it that side of being a truck. So I think it's adequate, it's nice, but aside from that, just being in the Tacoma, since I've owned 2 of them, I really do enjoy them. I think this is a perfect mid-sized truck. It offers quite a lot, and you have a lot of options just depending on what you need. So it's awesome to see the availability or the trim levels that Toyota has offered for their Tacomas. Yeah, it's definitely a lot slower than my V6. Not to say that's good or bad, it's just the power that this has. So maybe merging out onto the highway might be a little bit tricky, just depending on the power that you do need. But I will say that the Tacoma is a smooth driving truck. I really do enjoy daily driving mine. There's really no road noise, wind noise. Depending on the model that you get too, they come with different suspension setups. On this SR here, it's going to be a lot more kind of floaty feeling, very smooth in a sense. Some of the TRD off-road models have a little bit stiffer of a suspension. So I do like the suspension that is in this. If you're looking for just a good all-around truck, something that's not really big either, and we have these 6-foot beds, so you can fit in a lot more items versus the 5-foot, obviously. As we switch over to the POV angle now for this Tacoma, the SR is essentially the base model. So this is the lowest trim level that you can go with for the Tacoma. So if you're looking for a budget, you're on a budget for the Tacoma and you need the SR, we still have a lot of nice features. We have the screen, you can hook up your phone, there's cruise control, the lane keeping assist, forward collision. So for a base Tacoma, it's pretty nice. We have the cloth seats. Some of these trim accents are black versus some other colors that you can get. But aside from that, it is a really nice setup for this base model. And you can go all the way up to the big boy, the TRD Pro, which has a lot more features, of course. And for an all-around truck, even with the 4-cylinder, like I said, I think this is a perfect option. We'll give it another quick acceleration here, very minor for a new truck. So it can get up and move a little bit quicker than that if you really mash the gas. And I think that is going to wrap it up for this walk-around review and test drive behind the wheel of a 2022 Toyota Tacoma SR equipped with the XP package. Once again, a huge shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this truck for me today. Make sure you check out their website. That link is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button. If you also want to stay up to date with Tacoma videos of my personal vehicle so you can see what the Tacoma is capable of doing. And I will see you all in the next video.